YouTube, what's up? So, everyone said it wasn't going to happen. No one believed me, but it's happened. Not even a month, and I'm a millionaire. See, check out my new boat. See my new boat. Look at where I'm at. Yeah, this is where millionaires hang out. So, how did I become a millionaire in less than a month? Huh? You saw it. I don't know. Look at my new boat. That's my new boat right there. Just bought it. I'm a millionaire. Feels good. Okay, not really a millionaire. Just on my lunch break in an amazing place. I do have a pretty badass job. If it just gave me the time to do anything I wanted and gave me the money to buy anything I wanted, I would continue having this job. Pretty badass job. I get to go some pretty amazing places. Hey YouTube, how's it going? So today we're going to have a very blissful, calm, peaceful, amazing episode of Fooling Yourself for Greatness. So I have been fooling myself since the 31st of August. And in a lot of ways I felt like I have no longer needing to fool myself. And today I had a breakthrough of all breakthroughs, and I'm not fooling myself in a lot of ways. I'm sure there's, some things I still got to work on and stuff like that, but I just have to say that today something took place. I woke up this morning just feeling absolutely incredible, like I have every morning for quite some time, and I just felt a little different today. I felt, instead of being amped up and crazy and just going, I just felt peace. And I'm telling you, something happened today to where I feel like all my life I've had some deep-seated issues with confidence and with trust and with social issues, so many things. And being in the job that I'm in and certain other circumstances, I have got in a scenario where I am a ball of stress all day, every day. And I am just worried all day, so worried about offending someone or hurting, annoying someone or getting in someone's way. I literally spent all my time before this whole scenario, this whole experience, just worrying, am I in someone's way? Like driving down the highway, I'm constantly looking, not just to be safe, but like, am I in someone's way? Like I'm so worried, like I have to get over, I have so many of these really deep-seated issues that I have dealt with from things that happened in my younger days and stuff like that. Today, I feel like I have broken the chains of some very real things that have been holding me down my whole life. And the weight has been lifted off my chest and off my shoulders. I literally spent all day. I worked 13 hours today. I worked over 13 hours today. And I was just driving in the most beautiful areas I've ever seen. I saw the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen in my entire life. The whole time just living out my goal and what my future looks like in my head. And I'm telling you, visualization is amazing, and today I was able to visualize more detailed and more clearly and more easily than I ever have before. I saw myself in my mind interacting with my kids, with my wife, getting in my cars that I own, literally, I mean, feeling the touch, the feeling of the paint, and literally like feeling the feel of the leather, and feeling the way it feels when the door closes, and feeling the feel that it feels when it starts up. I mean, I felt that like in my soul, like it's real, like I'm really doing it. And so, you know, and I felt peace and bliss, and just, I can't even put it into words. I tried to tell my wife, I tried to put it in words for 5 minutes, and I just can't put it into words. It is a peace and you know what it is? It's contentment. It is just the most full, complete sense of happiness and contentment that I have ever experienced in my entire life. And it is something that I really just, there's no doubt about it. It's because of this 30-day challenge. And you know what? It's worth more than all the money that I'm going to see in my future. The emotional breakthrough that I felt today is worth $10 million. I'm telling you, me and my wife, our marriage since I've done this, we had a great marriage before this. I wasn't even in my wheelhouse. It wasn't even in my thoughts to try to improve that much, because we already had an amazing marriage. And I'm telling you, it has grown. It was to the point where I felt so strongly about my wife today that I think stronger than I ever have in my life. I was literally choking up, and I was just sending her one message after another, sending her just songs that over and over again. Songs would be playing on Pandora that were just like to the T how I felt about her. I mean, to the point where I'm like, I have tears rolling down my face, and just emotion, love, and like contentment and warmth in my heart like I've never felt in my entire life, to the point where I couldn't help but have tears rolling down my face while I'm at work. And I've never felt this way before. And this challenge is real, and I'm not going to go into the same spiel I go into every time. It's hard not to, because I'm just trying to convince you. I want everybody to be on this with me. But I experienced what I think 90% of people crave and want, and many people don't get. And you know, I talk about money so much, and I talk about my BMW so much, and I talk about all that, and that's ultimately, you know, why I started this, so that I could have enough money to spend with my family and do things that I want to do, and so that I can have anything that I want when I want it. And it's so much more heavy. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much bigger than that. This is like, I can't even put it into words. The contentment that I feel right now is something I've never felt in my entire life. And I want you to feel it. I want you to feel how I feel. I've just been calm. There's not one thing that happened today that even remotely got me annoyed or, you know, mad, and it's so much easier. It's getting so much easier to maintain the positive thoughts, and it's getting so much easier to recognize when I'm in the beginning. When I started doing this, my mind would just start wandering on negativity, on scenarios that were like negative confrontational scenarios of me like getting in fights with somebody or arguing with somebody over a scenario that had never happened. It was not real. I just came up with it in my mind, and I would just roll it along like a movie. And in the beginning, when I first started this, the first couple weeks, I would be well into these thoughts before I'd even noticed that I was thinking these things. And I'm catching them immediately now. Within a second of starting to go into that negative thought pattern, I catch myself and I push it away, and I replace it with amazing things. So my progress is that I'm eliminating the negativity more quickly. I'm recognizing it more easily and quickly, and I feel a sense of peace. No stress. I was in stop and go traffic. I had road construction. I had everything that on a regular day would have caused me above normal stress. I already have a stressful day. Happened today, and I just looked around. I saw so many beautiful sights today. I drove down to the Eugene area of Oregon, and then I drove across the mountains into Newport, Oregon, which you saw in the beginning of this video. I've made it. I'm a millionaire. I'm the most successful person I've ever met, and I'm the happiest person that I have ever met. I have the richest marriage of anyone I've ever met. I am fulfilled like I've never been in my entire life. Look, if you think this is real, I'm flattered. If you think that I'm this good of an actor, then it's much too kind. I'm not that good of an actor. This isn't fake. This is real. This is real stuff. So I'm going to reiterate a couple things that I've already brought up in the knowledge thing, and all I'm going to say is that I'm telling you right now, of all the things that I've done, everything has contributed. But these major, big changes have not taken place this strongly until I made a laser focus on gratitude. I have tripled my gratitude sayings and the thought of gratitude in my mind the last few days, and it's triggered all this stuff. It's made it so much stronger. The gratitude is the secret to really tying this whole thing in. And I'm telling you, get a piece of paper, write down everything that you're thankful for. Then the next day, go write down everything else. Just continue to write things down every single day. Do this with your kids. Do this with your family. Find things to be thankful for every day. And the more things you find to be thankful for, I'm telling you, it's true. The more things that you find to be thankful for, the more things will show up to be thankful for. And it'll start in little things, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I can't urge you enough. Find that gratitude in your life. Find that gorgeous sunset. Find those beautiful trees. Find that beautiful coastline that you get to drive by. Find any little thing. If you're in a city, just appreciate the people around, even whether it's funny or they're I don't care, whatever it is. And just really just really put that gratitude out into the world. You know, I pray to God, and God is my God, and Jesus Christ. And every time I say thank you, I say thank you to God, and I say thank you to God and Jesus Christ. And if that's not your person, if that's not, I don't judge. I'm not going to judge anybody. I have my beliefs. I'm not going to judge anybody else. You have your beliefs. You have your person that there's some higher person. And if you're atheist and you don't believe that there's a higher person, then just say thank you to the earth, or say thank you to the whatever you look up to. Say thank you to whoever you think is responsible for anything bigger than yourself. Just find that person, and just find that thing and thank you. Oh, thank you. This is huge. This is humongous. This will amplify what you are doing in the law of attraction. Go back, listen to Earl Nightingale over and over again. I've listened to him for a couple of days, and I listened to him again today, and he really recharged me. He really got me that much more amped up and just really focused again. I am days away from my 30-day goal. And so the last thing I'm going to say is I'm going to share something cool and exciting with you that I came to today. And that is that for my 30-day celebration, I'm going to have a celebration on my 30-day, which is just going to be the first day of my next 30-day. But I'm going to celebrate I'm going to go and test drive a BMW 5 Series. I honestly don't think that they're going to let me drive a BMW M5. It's a $100,000 car. But a BMW 5 Series is essentially a watered down version. So I'm going to go test drive a BMW 5 Series, top of the line, nicest one they have. And I'm going to intimately get familiar with that. I'm going to go smell the leather, and I'm just going to spend time touching everything, smelling everything. I'm going to drive it. I'm just going to listen to the stereo. I'm going to open and close the doors. I'm going to see what it's like to start and shut it off. And then I'm going to do that to my Dodge Ram, because I'm going to get it. My Dodge Ram is on my chart. I'm going to go do those two vehicles, and I'm going to test drive those, and I'm going to become intimately familiar with how they smell, how they look, how they sound, how they feel when I get in and out of them. And I'm going to grow my visualization intensity that way. And I'm soon going to find some houses, some homes that are in the realm of what I'm going to be buying, what I have on my chart. And I'm going to start going to open houses and going to these houses, and same thing, smell, touch, feel, so I can visualize that much more powerfully. And the big thing that I'm really excited about that I decided today is that I made the decision that I know that I'm going to come up with about $200,000 or $300,000 relatively fast. It may be 6 months, it may be a year. I don't know. But I decided that when I have $300,000 in the bank, between $250,000, $300,000 in the bank, and I have my steady income coming in from my side stuff, whatever's going on that's earning me all the money, then I'm still going to continue working at Airgas through that time. And when that time comes, I think it's going to be about 6 months, maybe a year at the most. I should set a regular date just to be sure, but I'm going to say right now, I'm still thinking about it. It's going to be 6 months or a year. I'm going to have $250,000 to $300,000 in the bank and making a steady monthly income. And on a Saturday, I'm going to go down and I'm going to pay cash for my BMW M5. It's generally, it starts at about $91,000 but I'm going to get it fully loaded. It's going to have every option available. With taxes and license plates, it's probably going to be around $110,000. I'm going to drive in on a Saturday, and I'm going to make sure they have it. I'm going to drive in on a Saturday, and I'm going to drive home my brand new BMW M5. And I'm going to pay one lump sum for it. I'm going to pay cash, and I am going to drive that car on Monday to Airgas, and I'm going to park it in the parking lot at Airgas where everybody's going to see it, and I'm going to take my resignation letter that says how grateful and thankful I am and have been that Airgas gave me the opportunity to work for them and to grow and to experience everything that I've experienced. Experience the growth, experience the learning, experience the misery that triggered me to go onto this path. And I'm going to set my letter of resignation down in front of my boss, and I'm going to say, thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to work here. I really cherish the time that I've had here. I've learned incredible things, and my life would not be the same without working here. And I mean that to the fullest extent. And then I'm going to say, I'm putting in my resignation. I'll work here for another 2 weeks, maybe a month. And for every day that 2 weeks or a month that I'm there, I'm going to drive that $100,000 BMW M5 and park it in the parking lot. And everyone's going to see there that I succeeded. There's a number of people that I've told there that know what I'm doing. They don't know the extent of it. They don't know the details of it, but I've mentioned it. They know what's going on. I've at the very least hinted it to everybody that I work closely with. And there's a lot of people that I don't work closely with, but I work in the same building with. And they're all going to wonder, wow, how is this guy driving a $100,000 vehicle to work? And I'm sure they're going to ask me, how much is the payment? And I'm going to say, no payment. And they're going to say, how are you able to afford a car like this working for Airgas? And I'm going to say, well, I decided that I want this car, and that I no longer want to work for Airgas, and that I no longer am a 9-to-5er, and I no longer am going to commute to work every day. And I decided that, and they're going to say, how did you do that? And I'm going to tell them, I listened to a video from a guy named Earl Nightingale, and it said how to change your life in 19 minutes. And I listened to it. And you know what? In 19 minutes, my life was changed for the rest of my life. And I'm going to say, you know what? You can do the same thing. I'm going to say, you know, you don't have to drive trucks. You don't have to fling cylinders or do whatever you do here, drive forklifts. You can go and do anything you want to do right now. You can have a car as nice or nicer than this at any time you want. And they're going to say, most of them are going to say, no, oh yeah, right, oh, whatever. Well, I'm glad it worked out for you, but that's not the way it works in real life. And but someone there, at least one, maybe more people, are going to say, really? Really? I can? And they're going to go watch that video, and their life is going to be changed forever. And all this is going to be that much more gratifying for me. And that's why I'm going to drive my $100,000 Beamer. And, you know, is it because I want to go and say, look what I did? Hell yeah, it is. Is it because as a reward for myself for saying, you know, I decided I was going to do this and I stuck with it and I did it? Hell yeah, it is. Is it because I'm going to get massive loads of gratitude, like massive loads of enjoyment out of driving a $100,000 vehicle up to my $60,000 a year job and putting down my resignation letter and telling my boss I never have to work again for the rest of my life? Hell yeah, it is. But you know what? It's also because I know that someone there is going to be motivated. Someone there is going to be inspired to do what I did. And you know what? I'm going to give them my phone number, and I'm going to do just what I offer to do for you. I'm going to give them full opportunity to ask me any questions. I'm going to be a mentor in any way that I possibly can. And I'm going to make an attempt to be friends with that person, and I'm going to offer anything that I have that I can offer to help them to get to where I am, so that they can drive their $100,000 car or $200,000 car or $400,000 car to their $60,000 a year job or $30,000 a year job or $15,000 a year job and put down their resignation letter. Are you ready to put down your resignation letter? Are you ready to drive a $100,000 car to your job and tell your boss that you never have to work again? Does that sound something that's appealing to you? Does it sound appealing to you? Then stop this. If you haven't gone and listened, if you haven't learned what the law of attraction is yet, and you haven't listened to Earl Nightingale and all the other videos, go do it. You can be putting in your resignation letter in 6 months, in a year, in 2 months. I don't know. It's up to you. You make your own destiny. Till tomorrow.